Today we have Mahrukh Dumasia. She is the co-founder and the chief choreographer of Terence Lewis Contemporary Dance Company. And if you have any questions regarding dance or courses that they offer, please go ahead and write to us, comment on the video below, or you could connect with me on Instagram or message me personally. Do follow Mahrukh Dumasia on her Instagram ID. I will share the details right below the video. So, ma'am, the question here is now because of the pandemic, it is very important for the teachers or the instructors of the company to be aware that now education is more important to be able to articulate your thoughts in front of the audience who are on a virtual platform because they do not have any physical options now. So, what are your thoughts on being giving importance to education more than just dance when it comes to instructors, especially when it comes to the dance education and in general education?
Let me just say that maybe what we look at education as, and maybe the absolutely conventional meaning that has been slapped onto education might vary a little. If we look at education, that here is a book, learn it up because I say so. Okay, that's just a system that has been warped. Education in itself has always been and will always be very worthy and crucial. Your approach to how you want to educate, how you want to teach, what kind of teacher you want to be, and what kind of learner and student do you want to mold will always be your choice. So when we say educate, we really want to give a skill which one understands inside out. Now, coming to the traditional education for dance as we know it, our instructors are very well trained. We've always really laid emphasis on training correctly, be it the dance skill, be it the verbalization of it, be it the analyzing of it, be it understanding your student, and then giving what is required in the correct way. There is a whole training that we devised, a quick crash course for online. It really sharpened the verbal skills. You were replacing the physical contact that we look forward to when you're a part of a class. There's a vibe that people have. Now you just have a screen to look at and nothing around you. Okay. So the teacher had to come with into 100, multiplied into 100 or 1,000 with the energy, with the vibe, with the heart reflected in your eyes, in your voice. That was A. So that you lessen the lack, the feeling of lack that, oh my God, my teacher's not in front of me. Oh my God, I don't have my classmates next to me. I'm just in this room with a screen. But the teacher has to come with that much more of love and energy and, kind of pump you up. Secondly, you realize the importance of being able to verbalize every single thought and instruction down to the T. Exactly like what you said, because you're not there to correct them in person. You need to be able to verbalize it. You need to be even more alert when you're teaching on a medium like FB, where you cannot see your student unless you screen share. Okay. You need to already foresee way in advance what are the possible, kind of areas of difficulty they would face in understanding or in doing. So you have to be that much more astute, that much more tuned in, and you have to talk to them constantly. So, we had the skill, we had the experience, but we had to tweak it around. We had to streamline it, and we just had to switch gear a little bit. Starting challenge was to pump everyone up mentally.
Yes.
So the first thing was that whereas everybody got a little flustered, Terence and me somehow, I think when you know that you are, in a position of responsibility, I think you get those reserves of, renewed energy and vision. And to me somehow, and I think even for Terence, I think a challenge is what we needed. So and we both realized it after it happened. Because we've been doing this for so long and we know it inside out, like on the back of our hand.
Correct.
Now, what was, without realizing, now this was a huge challenge, that how we could pick up the company from here. We've done it from nothing. We built something from nothing 20 odd years back. We're back to square one in a very different, unforeseen way, with the whole world being back to square one, but we are. So I think that challenge in itself, kind of got the old juices going, and we were at it. The instructors were like, "Oh, ma'am, how is this going to be? We're teaching a screen. We need our students there." Okay, I said, "Okay, let's just see what happens. Take it within your stride, and I know it's going to work." And the students were like, "Really, online? सीख पाएंगे क्या ये टेक्निक कैसे सीखेंगे ऑनलाइन? पॉसिबल ही नहीं है, नहीं समझेगा, कुछ नहीं समझेगा, ऐसे सीख के क्या कैसे?" But once it started, the students were floored, and their reaction was so profuse and so over the top that the instructors were blown away. And it's a give and take. So the education is a must. And I think the students online also realize that, oh my God, I can actually learn this and it can actually be taught. Great.
What is your take on how dancers these days are dancing less and they are rather doing the circus more? So what is your take on that?
My take on it is that dance is not a circus and we are not acrobats. So a lot of people, obviously, with Sir being in the thick of reality shows and us having introduced certain things, in reality shows like contemporary, like the importance of technique and training, which has really caught on and helped. This is the next thing that we would really like to offer the audiences, especially in our country, that dance is not synonymous with acrobatics. Yes, it is. Acrobatics is beautiful. It's a skill you can admire, but dance is so much more. Let's not confuse dance and acrobatics. We're not gymnasts and we're not circus artists. So if you have the physicality, you need to mold it in something beautiful, something that flows, something that is dance. So my take is this, that yes, it's time for the new era to be ushered in. Okay. So yes. A lot of people say that, there is a surfeit now of reality shows. Abhi ek ke baad ek. What can we produce that is new? Like, we've seen everything, and trust me, there is huge amount of talent. The dancers that come in, the contestants are hugely talented, but they do not all of them have the training or the exposure to something more than what they already know and what they're showcasing. So if they could combine what they know right now with what we, want them to know and see and explore of dance, I think it would be just fabulous. So when people say there's a surfeit, I feel there's not a surfeit of dance shows. There's a surfeit of the same thought, which is precariously close to circus and not to dance.
Absolutely.
We need to again shift gear. We need to reinvent. We need to shake up the mind.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do.
When you go to the channels or when you go to the production houses, they always say, oh, they just want to see all the stunts, and that's what the audience wants to see. How do we change or break, like you said, that monotony to ensure that there's something fresh that we could see?
Because many years ago, when no one knew what contemporary was in India, and Dance India Dance had then, the first season had started, it was only hip hop and it was Bollywood, and some people thought that we were insane to suggest contemporary, that, ये तो सब आपके यूरोपियन ऑडियंसेस को पसंद आएगा, इंडिया में किसी को समझ नहीं आएगा ये क्या है contemporary, etc. But then there is a way to, kind of ease them into the process, to introduce it to them. And today, I think people are in love with that style more than anything else, right? So I think that there is room enough for everything. Hip hop is still beautiful. Bollywood is beautiful. Acrobatics have their space and they're beautiful in their own way. But let's bring hardcore, beautiful dancing in. And that's something that I would look forward to. I've been talking about it for a while with Terence, and we both cannot wait to bring that, to our Indian public. So yes.
Wow. Go ahead and log into www.terencelewis.com and you will get all the details and you'll understand how the company works. And trust me, I can really vouch for it. So thank you so much. You take care and stay amazing. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Amit. That was fantastic. You're doing an amazing job. I'm really happy to be here. See you soon. Thank you.